Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into the absolutely wild story of an airport that survived its own planned obsolescence, only to bounce back busier and honestly more vital than ever before. We're talking about Don Mueang International Airport, located just north of central Bangkok. It's a place that totally defied the odds, transforming from what was supposed to be a relic of aviation history into a modern powerhouse. If you really want to understand how global travel is shifting and how infrastructure can be remarkably resilient, well, there's no better case study than this one. Let's get into it.
So, picture this. What actually happens to a massive, sprawling international airport when a gleaming, brand new facility is built specifically to replace it? I mean, imagine an entire airport, all those runways, the terminals, the decades of history, essentially just being left for dead. Because that is exactly what happened back in 2006 when Bangkok opened the doors to its ultra-modern Suvarnabhumi airport. For most transit hubs, that would just be the end of the line. The lights go out, the land gets sold off, the planes disappear. But, as we're going to see, Don Mueang had a very different destiny waiting in the wings.
Section 1. The airport that refused death. This airport survival story is just fascinating. It's actually one of the oldest, continually operating commercial airports on the planet. It officially opened way back in 1914 as a Royal Thai Air Force base, and then it hosted its first commercial flights a decade later in 1924. Fast forward a bit, and we hit that pivotal moment in 2006 when it was essentially replaced. But look right here at 2011. The historic Thailand floods were so severe they temporarily closed the airfield entirely. Yet rather than being the final nail in the coffin, this disaster actually sparked major infrastructure reinforcing projects. It fought the water, survived the shutdown, and today, it stands reborn as Southeast Asia's low-cost mega-hub.
The real key here is understanding how this fits into Bangkok's overall setup today. Bangkok is famous for its highly organized dual airport system, which gives you this ultimate separation of travel styles. On one hand, you've got the newer Suvarnabhumi, handling the premium Legacy Alliance Airlines and those massive long-haul intercontinental flights. But on the other hand, you have Don Mueang's modern identity. It is optimized purely for speed, budget convenience, and point-to-point short-haul travel. They don't compete at all. They perfectly complement each other. Don Mueang didn't just survive, it thrived by focusing entirely on the budget traveler.
Section 2. The low-cost mega-hub. You see, the budget aviation market across Southeast Asia absolutely exploded over the last decade, and Don Mueang positioned itself perfectly at the center of that boom. It is the undisputed capital of low-cost flight networks connecting Thailand to the rest of Asia. I mean, it serves as the absolute largest operating base for the Air Asia Group in Thailand, routing hundreds of flights, from domestic hops to medium and long-haul routes to places like China, India, Japan, Australia, and South Korea. Plus, it's the primary hub and corporate HQ for Nok Air, alongside heavy operations from Thai Lion Air. And it doesn't stop there. It's a vital gateway for regional carriers like Batik Air Malaysia, Scoot, and Cebu Pacific. Recently, even global network airlines like Fly Dubai have set up daily scheduled connections right here to capture the northern Bangkok market. It's an incredibly robust network.
And all those networks combined lead to this. Over 30 million. That is the staggering number of travelers this airport comfortably processes every single year across its domestic and international routes. Just think about that for a second. An airport that was supposedly replaced and rendered totally obsolete nearly 2 decades ago is now the second busiest airport in all of Thailand, efficiently moving tens of millions of people a year. Absolutely wild.
Section 3. Golfing between active runways.
Okay, setting passenger numbers and airline hubs aside for a second, this airport is globally legendary among aviation and sports enthusiasts for a genuinely bizarre absurdity. It's something you would never, ever expect to see at a major transit hub. The Kantarak Golf Course isn't some little miniature putt-putt in a terminal waiting area. No, this is a fully active 18-hole public golf course squeezed smack dab between 2 active parallel runways. Literally, it is the only golf course of its kind in the entire world, positioned right in the absolute middle of a massive international airport's operations.
And the reality for anyone wanting to play around here? It's completely unbelievable. You don't just stroll onto the greens. First, you actually have to clear airport-grade metal detectors just to get onto the course. Then, you start playing the fairway. But here's where it gets crazy. Players literally have to pause their game for a system of red lights and sirens that go off just to let commercial Airbus or Boeing jets taxi safely past the fairways. Now, the government has definitely discussed reclaiming this land for future terminal expansions. But for right now, hitting a golf ball while the jet roars past remains Don Mueang's most famous and exhilarating quirk.
Section 4. Terminals, Transit, and Tomorrow.
All right, while the golf course is incredibly fun to talk about, we really need to understand the practical logistics, the passenger flow, and the hard specs that keep this resilient hub running. If you're booking a flight, you're looking for the IATA code DMK. Behind the scenes, this airport is an absolute powerhouse. It's got 2 parallel runways measuring 3,500 meters and 3,700 meters. So these aren't just for small, short, hop planes. They are fully capable of handling heavy, wide-body operations, which is exactly why those medium and long-haul low-cost flights can operate here so smoothly. Also, it has this very unique ownership structure. It's actually owned by the Royal Thai Air Force, stretching all the way back to its 1914 roots, but it's operated by airports of Thailand to handle that massive commercial volume. Now, if you are traveling through DMK today, navigating the current 2-terminal setup is super straightforward. Terminal 1 is your gateway to the world, dedicated exclusively to international flights. Terminal 2, which they completely renovated, serves as this highly efficient, high-volume domestic hub. And a huge pro tip for anyone on a domestic layover, Terminal 2 is packed with popular Thai street-style food courts, like the famous Magic Garden. Seriously, you don't have to sacrifice amazing local food just because you're waiting for a budget flight.
Plus, getting to and from the airport has honestly never been easier. Ground transport to Mueang has seen some massive modern upgrades recently. Budget travelers are now connected directly to central Bangkok faster than ever. You can hop right on the SRT Red Line commuter train at the airport terminal, and that zips you straight down to the massive Krung Thap Afuet Central Terminal. Or you can catch the high-frequency A1 and A2 airport buses running continuously out of the arrival stores. They take the elevated tollway and deliver you right to the BTS SkyTrain system at Chatuchak Park Station in under 20 minutes. The efficiency is just incredible.
So what's next? Well, the future of Mueang is all about the Terminal 3 mega project. This is a massive multi-billion-baht Phase 3 expansion program. They are going to fully rebuild and reopen the long-abandoned Terminal 3. This massive upgrade will ensure this historic airport's capacity grows to an astonishing 40 million passengers annually, all completely equipped with fully automated smart baggage handling systems. It just proves that Mueang isn't just surviving, it's actively preparing to dominate the future of budget travel in Asia.
Which brings us to our final thought. We've seen how Mueang went from a 1914 military base to being replaced, to flooding, to ultimately becoming a 30 million passenger megahub that just so happens to have a golf course squeezed between its runways. It is a true testament to resilience and brilliant infrastructure repurposing. So next time you fly into Bangkok to take advantage of these incredible budget networks, will you be packing your golf clubs? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I hope it completely changes the way you look at the amazing life cycle of global transit hubs.